Welcome back to High Stakes, where we help you elevate your betting strategy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our daily content. Looking for exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join us on Patreon. Links are available in the comments section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. The Brooklyn Nets versus Milwaukee Bucks. What a thrilling matchup we have on Thursday night. The Nets will be rolling into the Fiserv Forum for a road game, straight off a New Year's Day clash. So expect them to be totally fresh for the second leg of a back-to-back. Meanwhile, the Bucks, coming off a 120-112 victory over the Indiana Pacers, will have had plenty of time to rest. Tip-off is at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, and Milwaukee is, of course, the home favorite. Hold on to your seats for this one. Now let's talk about the Nets. On Wednesday, they'll be in Detroit, and then they'll somehow have to make it to Milwaukee in time for the showdown. And don't forget about that 17-point lead they blew on Sunday against the Orlando Magic. Classic Nets, right? Cam Thomas came off the bench and scored 25 points, making his big return after missing 13 games due to a hamstring injury. Meanwhile, Jalen Wilson added 16 points. And let's not forget, the Nets played their first game without Dorian Finney-Smith, who was traded away to the Lakers like a hot potato. Truly, the drama never stops with this team. Thomas will be out for Wednesday's game against the Raptors because, of course, hamstring management. But don't worry, he'll be back in time for Thursday's game. Who needs consistency when you've got a revolving door of injuries? As for the Bucks, they handled the Pacers with ease in their last game, thanks to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who picked up right where he left off after his 4-game absence. He dropped 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, extending his 30-point streak to 7 games. Damian Lillard, on the other hand, had a night to forget, shooting a miserable 3 for 14, but hey, the Bucks still won. No big deal. Lillard, after all, is averaging 25.2 points and 7.6 assists this season, so one bad game isn't exactly the end of the world. Expect him to bounce back against the Nets, who are just begging for someone to drop a 30-piece on them. Brooklyn is known for their slow pace, ranking dead last in the NBA for tempo, while the Bucks are, well, somewhere in the middle. Defensively, the Nets are about as reliable as a broken umbrella in a rainstorm, allowing opposing teams to shoot a delightful 48.4%. And don't forget about the trade that sent Dennis Schroeder packing. Add in Brooklyn's ranking of 23rd in turnover percentage, and you've got a recipe for easy points for the Bucks in what promises to be a fast-paced game. Take the Bucks to win, cover the spread, and probably make this game look like a walk in the park. And don't forget the over. With Brooklyn's defense, it's almost like the Bucks will be handing out easy buckets. Enjoy. Best game prop picks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, over 30.5 points. Why? Giannis is on an absolute scoring tier, having recorded over 30 points in each of his last 7 games. During this stretch, he has been playing like a man possessed, consistently putting up dominant performances that have helped propel the Bucks to victories. His most recent outing against the Pacers was a perfect example. 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, showing just how versatile and unstoppable he is. With Brooklyn's defense being one of the weakest in the NBA, it's hard to see them stopping Giannis, especially when he's in this kind of form. The Nets have struggled to contain opposing superstars this season, ranking near the bottom of the league in defensive efficiency and allowing 48.4% shooting from opponents. This gives Giannis a perfect opportunity to exploit mismatches and take advantage of Brooklyn's porous defense. With the Nets' inability to defend the paint and their lack of a true rim protector, Giannis will likely dominate inside, racking up points both in transition and in half-court sets. Moreover, with Brooklyn ranking 23rd in turnover percentage, it will give the Bucks more opportunities for fast break points, something Giannis excels at. The Bucks play at a pace that suits Giannis' game, and with the Nets not known for their ability to slow down high-scoring teams, expect Giannis to be heavily involved on offense. Whether it's finishing at the rim, drawing fouls to get to the free throw line, or stretching the defense with a couple of outside shots, he should have more than enough opportunities to score over 30 points again. Given his current form, his ability to consistently produce, and the Nets' inability to contain him, it seems almost inevitable that Giannis will continue his streak of 30-point games in this matchup. Keep an eye on him, as he could very well put up another dominant performance that puts him comfortably over the 30.5-point mark. Damian Lillard, over 25.5 points. Why? After a rough outing against the Pacers, where Damian Lillard shot just 3 for 14 from the field, there's no doubt that the superstar guard will be looking to bounce back in a big way against the Brooklyn Nets. Lillard has been a consistent scorer all season long, averaging 25.2 points per game, and despite his off night, his scoring ability is undeniable. The Nets' defensive struggles provide the perfect opportunity for Lillard to get back on track. Brooklyn has been a mess defensively this season, ranking 23rd in defensive efficiency, allowing opponents to score at will. Their defense is porous, and they have a tendency to give up easy buckets, particularly to elite scorers like Lillard. With the Nets' defensive lapses, particularly in guarding elite shooters, Lillard should be able to exploit these weaknesses. He has the range to hit from deep and the ability to drive to the basket, making him a constant threat from all areas of the floor. The Nets also have a tendency to play at a slower pace, which may give Lillard more opportunities to take over offensively. Brooklyn ranks dead last in the NBA for tempo, and while the Bucks play at a more balanced pace, the slower tempo could help Lillard settle into his rhythm early on. This will be crucial for his scoring potential, as Lillard thrives when he is allowed to dictate the flow of the game. Lillard's performance against Brooklyn last season also bodes well for this bet. He's shown the ability to score in bunches against teams with defensive struggles, and the Nets are no exception. Whether it's driving the lane, hitting pull-up jumpers, or knocking down threes, Lillard has every tool to exceed 25.5 points in this matchup. Expect Lillard to come out with something to prove after his off performance against the Pacers. Given the Nets' defensive woes and Lillard's ability to create his own shot and take over games, hitting the over on 25.5 points seems like a near certainty for this game. Look for a big bounce-back performance from Lillard as he takes advantage of Brooklyn's weak defense and puts up another solid scoring effort. Bucks to win by 10 to 15 points. Why? The Bucks are heavy favorites, and given Brooklyn's lackluster defense and the absence of consistency with their roster, this seems like a safe bet. Expect the Bucks to control the game, with a win in the 10 to 15 point range, especially with Giannis and Lillard leading the charge. Brooklyn Nets over 110.5 points. Why? While the Brooklyn Nets have been far from impressive on the defensive end, their offensive capabilities should keep them competitive in this matchup, especially when you consider the over-under on their total points. Despite their defensive shortcomings, the Nets have shown the ability to score at a decent clip this season, averaging 113.2 points per game. With key players like Cam Thomas, who just returned from injury, and Mikal Bridges, who has the ability to heat up in a hurry, Brooklyn has the firepower to put up points. The Milwaukee Bucks, while a strong team, are not completely impenetrable on the defensive side of the ball. While Giannis Antetokounmpo anchors the defense and Brook Lopez provides rim protection, the Bucks can still be vulnerable to perimeter shooting and quick-scoring guards, especially when they face teams with offensive players who can catch fire. The Nets' ability to space the floor with shooters and their willingness to push the pace will give them opportunities to score, particularly against a Bucks defense that, at times, has allowed teams to score in bunches. Additionally, Brooklyn's offensive pace, though slower than most teams, is still likely to create enough possessions for the Nets to break through the 110.5 points mark. Their offensive sets may not be as fast as Milwaukee's, but they still have enough players capable of putting points on the board quickly when needed. Even if the Bucks control much of the game, Brooklyn's ability to score efficiently and in bursts will allow them to put up enough points to surpass the 110.5 point total. The combination of Cam Thomas's scoring, Jalen Wilson's contributions, and the overall offensive efficiency from the team suggests that the Nets should be able to hit the over on 110.5 points, especially with the game likely to be high-paced in the second half. While Brooklyn's defense might cause them to struggle against the Bucks, their offense should keep them in the game, ensuring they rack up enough points to hit the over on their team total. And that's a wrap on today's video, folks. I'm sure you're absolutely on the edge of your seat, eagerly awaiting the next thrilling installment of this channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because clearly you don't want to miss any of our daily videos. I mean, who could live without them? And while you're at it, smash that notification bell, so you can be the first to know when we drop more gems like this. Oh, and if you're looking for some premium picks, because, let's be honest, who isn't? Join our Patreon. It's where the real magic happens. Premium picks, insider info, and possibly even some mildly entertaining banter. So, hit that link, and we'll see you on the inside. Until next time, enjoy the game, make those bets, and remember, you're welcome.